upon a time, long, long ago, there was a lovely kingdom with green forests and clear lakes. But suddenly, the kingdom was struck by terrible misfortune. The beloved queen, on a cold wintry day, died while giving birth to her first daughter. The kingdom was greatly saddened by the loss, and they all came forward to pay their last respects to their queen. But their sadness soon turned to joy when they saw the baby daughter. Her lips were as red as blood, her hair as black as ebony, and her skin as white as the falling snow. She was christened Snow White. After a year, the kingdom had a new queen. She was very beautiful, but her heart was black as night. She could not bear to think of anyone being more beautiful than herself, and spent many hours just looking at herself in the mirror. Oh, but this was no ordinary mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who in this land is the fairest of all?
Thou, O Lady Queen, art the fairest in the land.
That's right. It was a magic mirror. But as the years passed and Snow White grew older, she turned into a most lovely young girl. And so one day, mirror, mirror on the wall, who in this land is the fairest of all?
O great Queen, the most beautiful girl in the land, has lips as red as blood, hair as black as ebony, and skin as white as snow. Her name is Snow White.
What? Did you say Snow White? Snow White, is it? Oh no! That wicked queen has sent a woodsman to slay Snow White, so that she may once more be the fairest in the land. But he could not bring himself to do it. He could never kill anything so lovely.
Quickly, fair maiden, you must flee deep into the forest where the queen can never find you. If she does, we both shall die. Hurry, run!
The woodsman had to bring some proof to the wicked queen to show that Snow White was dead. So he cut the liver from a wild pig and returned to the castle. Poor Snow White didn't know what to do, so she ran and ran. Snow White had no place to go. The forest seemed to be endless. Only one thing was certain. She could not return to the castle. Night began to fall, leaving her all alone in the forest. Snow White had to find a place to stay. Wait, what's that across the pond? It looks like someone's house. Snow White quickly ran over, hoping to find a friendly face and a warm pot of stew over the fire. My, what a tiny little house. Hello? Inside, Snow White found a wee little table with 7 place settings. Why, it looked almost like a doll's house with all the tiny little pieces. What a strange place. And then she found 7 little beds, all lined in a row. It was quite late, and Snow White was very sleepy. She lay down and quickly dropped off to sleep. But what's that? It sounds as though someone's coming. Why, it was 7 little dwarfs, returning from their day of work. Shh, quiet. Hush! Stop right there. You're right. Someone has been here. I'm scared.
Oh, look!
Oh,
Hey, fellas, what are we gonna do? Maybe it's an ogre or a monster.
slowly, the 7 dwarfs crept back into the room.
She's no ogre. She's beautiful.
When the dwarfs saw how soundly Snow White was sleeping, they decided not to disturb her and let her sleep till morning. Then they could decide what to do with her. Of course, Snow White was surprised to see the seven little dwarfs, all piled up like straw and snoring like that. But she could tell at once that they were kind and generous, and her heart heaved a sigh of relief. So Snow White decided to repay them by making a delicious breakfast.
Sure smells good. Wow.
In no time at all, Snow White's innocence and kindness had completely won the hearts of the dwarves. And it was decided that Snow White could live with them for as long as she liked. Meanwhile, the jealous queen had received the wild pig's liver and was relieved to know that once more her beauty was unsurpassed.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who in this land is the fairest of them all?
Thou art, O queen, the fairest in this land. However, in the far distant forest where the seven dwarfs dwell, Snow White remains alive and well.
No, it can't be true. The mirror never lies. She must be alive. I can't rest until... Oh, 1,000 curses on her soul.
This poison apple will take care of you, my dear. The wicked queen disguised herself as an apple lady and set off for the seven dwarfs' forest to find Snow White. Oh no, there's Snow White now. I hope she sees through the queen's trickery. Oh, well, how are you this fine day, my dear? Won't you try one of my delicious red apples? This is a rare one. It comes from a tree that blossoms but once every 1,000 years. Please, try it. It contains a magic potion that will keep you young and beautiful for years. It was as though the queen had cast a spell over her as Snow White took the poisoned apple and placed it to her lips.
Well, now you see what fate lies in store for those who would challenge this queen's beauty.
When the seven dwarfs returned home from work, they found Snow White, and nothing they could do would revive her. They were heartbroken to lose such a good friend, and they spent day after day keeping a vigil over her casket of flowers. Never had they known such sadness, nor could they imagine anyone so wicked as to take their beloved Snow White away from them. Even as she lay there, her beauty did not diminish, and she looked as lovely as she had in life. But then one day, the prince from the neighboring kingdom happened to be passing through the forest. When he saw Snow White lying there in all her beauty, he knew he could not bear to be without her. The seven dwarfs recognized him to be kind and generous, and agreed to let him move her to his castle. But as they were rolling along the wooded path, a most incredible thing happened. A cart wheel struck a stone so violently that the bite of poisoned apple that had stuck in Snow White's throat popped out. Oh! Oh!
Permit me to introduce myself. I am the prince from the kingdom on the other side of this forest. Won't you do me the honor of accompanying me to my castle?
When they reached the castle, news of their wedding was proclaimed throughout the land. It was a grand wedding, and of course no one was happier than the seven dwarfs. handsome prince lived in peace and happiness for years and years thereafter. Oh yes, about that wicked queen. When she heard that Snow White had defeated her once more, she flew into such a rage that in her fury, she melted fast away.
Now it can be safely told, Snow White's beauty shall ne'er grow old.
And it is called The Wild Swan. Long, long ago, there lived a king in his castle. The king was very lonely for many long years because he had lost his queen. So finally, one day, the king decided to remarry. It was a joyous day, not only for the king, but also for his 11 sons and daughters. But one day, soon thereafter, their joy did turn to sorrow. The new queen soon locked the princess in her room and then cast a spell on her 11 brothers. A shower of thunder and lightning, the princes were transformed into 11 white swans.
From this day forward, you may return to your human form only by night.
For you see, this new queen was really an evil witch who could not bear the sight of such lovely and innocent children. With the sounds of sadness in their voices, the swan princes flew off, perhaps never to see their home again. From that moment forward, not a day went by that the young princess did not think of her ill-fated brothers. Now it was the wicked witch who truly held the reins of power over the castle. The princess felt such great sorrow for her father, cut off from his children and left helpless by the black-hearted witch. The princess could not bear to think of her father like this. She had no choice but to leave the castle and search for her brothers, no matter how far or how long it might take. That night, carrying only her brother's boots, the princess stole secretly out of the castle. The princess traveled near and far, through forests and over mountains, but her search was to no avail. It looked as though her brothers were lost to her forever. But then, one day, as night was about to fall, she found a cottage beside a mountain lake. Inside, the princess discovered many beds lined up in a row, and when she counted them, they equaled 11. I wonder, could it be? The princess's heart began to beat loudly, and then she heard them, their feathers white as snow against the evening sky. 11 magnificent swans came flying across the lake toward the cottage. The princess dropped the boots she had been carrying those many days and sought to hide behind a pile of straw. The sun set as they entered the cottage, and as its last rays disappeared over the horizon, the wild swans were transformed into 11 handsome princes.
What's this? Why, these look like the boots I left behind in our castle. How could they have gotten here?
My brother, at last I found you.
It was a most joyous reunion for them all. They talked throughout the night, and she told them of the queen's wicked ways and how their father yearned only for the day when he might see all of his children again. But early the next morning, the brothers were once again transformed into swans, and they flew off to she knew not where.
Oh, if only there was some way to break that evil witch's spell
over my brothers. It was then that a very old lady appeared from out of the forest. Shall I show you the way to break the witch's spell? Oh, yes, you must, please. All I ask is that you follow my instructions to the letter. Do you think you can do that? Oh, yes, of course. I will do anything to break the spell on my brothers so that they may once again return to our father. All right, then I shall tell you, but heed my words well. You must gather reeds and brambles and crush them into fine straw so that you may knit 11 jackets. When these jackets are placed upon the wild swan's backs, the spell will be broken. But from the instant you begin to weave until the last swan has donned his jacket, you must speak not one word, no matter what might happen. For if you shall, your brothers will be struck dead on the spot. The princess did not lose a minute in beginning her task. The reeds chafed her hands, and the brambles cut into her feet, but still the princess worked on. Her expectation of the joy in her father's eyes when he and his sons would be reunited more than overcame the pain as she worked. But then, one day as she was working, a prince from a neighboring castle happened by and was immediately captivated by her beauty.
You are the loveliest thing I have ever seen. Won't you do me the honor of returning with me to my castle and becoming my bride?
The princess remembered her vow and could not tell him that she must remain there until she had finished knitting her 11 jackets. The handsome prince gathered her up, and together they rode off toward his castle. And soon as they arrived, he took her to meet his mother, the queen, so that he might ask her permission to marry. But the queen made no reply to her son. The queen could not give them permission to marry because she feared that this strange, silent girl had been bewitched and might bring a curse to their entire castle. The handsome prince could do nothing but wait and hope that the queen might change her mind. And while he waited, the young princess continued her knitting, knowing that their only hope was for her to complete her task. And when the handsome prince saw how important her knitting was to her, he left her to her task, and never once did he insist on knowing the reason why. Never had she met such a kind and considerate person, and her feelings soon turned to love. Every evening when dark had fallen, the princess crept out of the castle and into the fields to gather reeds and brambles for her knitting. The bramble thicket lay beside a dark and frightening cemetery, haunted by bats and eerie shadows. But it did not stop the princess. Her only thoughts were of the day when she could finish the 11 jackets and everyone would be free. One night, the queen saw her go into the cemetery to gather brambles. Here was proof positive that the princess was indeed a witch in disguise. As soon as she returned to the castle, she told her son of what she had seen and forbade him to see the princess again.
It's a lie. I don't care if you are my mother. It can't be.
I have spoken. There will be no marriage. According to the laws of our land, the witch must be burned at the stake. There are no exceptions. It is the law. It must be obeyed. Do you understand?
No, you can't. Oh.
The queen's word was final. No matter how he pleaded, she would not change her command. Guards were waiting for the princess when she returned from the field. But even though she was cast into a deep, dark dungeon, she continued her knitting. But as the sun's first rays broke over the horizon, it was the 11 wild swans. Oh, my brothers, over here, she wanted to cry out. But to do so would have condemned her brothers to the same fate she was now facing. Her heart was breaking as she watched them disappear into the morning sky. The hour of her execution was near, and the guards came to lead her away. And even now she continued her knitting. Just a few more stitches and she would be finished. But it looks as though she is too late. Oh, my
me. You must receive your jacket, she cried out in her heart. Oh, it was the wild swan. I knew you would find me. She began to throw the jackets into the air one by one. And when she had done, there appeared her 11 princely brothers. Oh, my brothers! Once the curse was broken, the princess was free to tell all that had happened. The queen was proud to know that her son had chosen such a brave and loyal girl, and quickly gave permission for them to marry. It was a glorious wedding, and they lived happily ever after. Meanwhile, the brothers returned to their castle, banished the wicked queen from the land, and freed their father. Peace and prosperity was theirs forever. Long, long ago, in a faraway land, there lived a very selfish and pompous emperor.
And now I'll have my meal.
He had a gluttonous appetite and gulped down everything he ate. And he was very fussy about his meals being served on time.
So, do you know what time it is? This meal was not prepared on time. Don't let it happen again.
But he was most pompous about his clothes. He had hundreds of very fancy outfits and loved to wear them all. He would spend hours in front of the mirror admiring his beautiful wardrobe. He spent so much time and money on his clothes that he had little left to give to his loyal subjects. One day, two strangers appeared in the kingdom, and they headed straight for the emperor's castle.
So this is the castle that pompous and foolish emperor heard so much about.
Yeah, this should be a piece of cake. Shall we get on with it, my good buddy?
Yeah! Cloth for sale, cloth for sale. Made into the
These
finest
two
goods
were
in all
not
the land.
tailors at all.
Cloth for
They were
sale.
swindlers, and they had come to trick the emperor out of a large portion of his gold.
The finest suits ever made. Huh? Who will buy a suit made from the finest and most mysterious cloth ever made? What? Did he say mysterious? Well, what are you waiting for? Bring them to me. Yes, sir.
And so the two swindlers were led to the emperor's throne room.
You say you can actually weave a suit for me of magical and mysterious handsomeness? That's right, Your Highness. A suit so special that only those of an honest nature and a pure heart can see it, right? Uh-huh. Can't even see the buttons. Right? Right.
Never had the emperor heard anything so amazing.
Say, do you think you could make one of those suits for me? I'd certainly make it well worth your while.
We need to like it.
Oh, goody. Oh, goody, goody, goody.
And so the two swindlers were led to the weaving room to begin their work. And for the next several days, the sounds of weaving and sewing could be heard from morning till night. As the days passed, the pompous emperor grew more and more impatient to see his new suit. But he was afraid to look in on the tailors himself because if he couldn't see the cloth, it would prove himself to be a fool.
Oh, that's it. I'll send all of my ministers and advisors to look for me. This way I can tell which of them are honest and which aren't. Just like killing Excuse me. You? Oh, yeah, welcome, welcome. I'll come right this way. We're making good progress, and we're sure you'll like it. Yes, huh?
The minister cleaned his glasses, but of course it did no good. There was nothing there to see. There wasn't a single thread mounted on the loom, but the tailors seemed so sure.
Well, what do you think? Have you ever seen cloth so rich and luxurious in your life? Just feel this.
The minister didn't know what to think and approached the loom carefully. Of course, there was nothing there.
Why, yes. This is quite wonderful. Definitely the softest cloth I've ever felt. Yes. You really think so?
But the minister didn't want to be called dishonest or proven a fool. The heap was really there.
Well, did you see my new suit? Oh, Your Highness, you won't believe your eyes. Those exquisite silks cannot match the beauty. It's fantastic. Yes, it's wonderful.
The minister praised the cloth to the limit, and the emperor could hardly stand it, thinking about how fine he would look in his new suit. Next, the emperor decided to send his chief aide, a young man noted for his honesty and straightforwardness, to check on the tailors and confirm the minister's report.
Excuse me. Oh, yes. Go right in. Well, we've been expecting you. We're almost finished, and we're sure the Emperor's going to love it. Hmm? Oh, yes, they're fantastic. The colors are marvelous. I just can't believe it.
Once again, the trick worked. Even the honest aide was afraid to appear foolish. Why, if everyone else could see it, it must be there. And so he too returned to the emperor, praising the cloth to the utmost.
Phew.
Several days passed, and just when the emperor felt he could wait no more,
Emperor! Your Highness! Great news! The tailors have finished! At last!
it had gone too far, and the emperor couldn't turn back now. If everyone else saw it, it must be there.
Careful!
Well, you have to admit that even though he couldn't see a thing, the emperor went about dressing as though he were putting on the finest silk.
Is something the matter? No, I just caught my hand on a loose thread. Excuse me, sire, but don't forget to tie up the front. Hmm? Oh, of course. Just not used to these new stuff.
Yes, some people will believe just about anything, and the emperor and his followers certainly proved that. But was he really going to parade through the streets like that? Surely the townspeople would not be so gullible, cutting through the streets like a rooster with its tail feathers freshly groomed.
My, what a beautiful velvet collar. Have you ever seen anything so wonderful in your life?
He couldn't believe his eyes.
The emperor doesn't have any clothes on.
Oh, what did you say?
I said, look at the emperor. No clothes on the emperor.
Oh, no! Oh, God, please, come on. Did you hear that?
Well, those swindlers really put one over on the emperor. They had appealed to his vanity and managed to sell a suit that wasn't there for a whole cart full of treasure. Oh, my. And so the two swindlers left that land, knowing full well that it was just a matter of time until they came across another pompous fool, as gullible as the emperor had been. But the swindlers weren't the only ones to benefit. The emperor had learned his lesson.